Madam Farida. My name is Nur Haslina.
I'm Alicia Nadia binti Ding.
And today we will talk about horseshoe crab, or also known as belangkas.
I will give a short description of horseshoe crabs. Horseshoe crabs have been around for more than 300 million years, making them even older than dinosaurs. They look like prehistoric crab, but actually more closely related to scorpion and spiders. The horseshoe crab has a hard exoskeleton and 10 legs, which is used for walking along the seafloor.
The body of the horseshoe crab is divided into three sections. The first section is the prosoma or head. The name horseshoe crab originates from the rounded shape of the head, because just like the shoe on a horse foot, the head is round and U-shaped. It's the largest part of the body and contains much of the nervous and biological organs. The head has the brain, heart, mouth, nervous system and glands, all protected by a large plate. The head also protects the largest set of eyes. Horseshoe crabs have 9 eyes scattered throughout the body and several more light receptors near the tail. The two largest eyes are compound and useful for finding mates. The other eyes and light receptors are useful for determining movement and changes in moonlight.
It looks like a triangle with spine on the side and a ridge in the center. The spines are movable and help protect the horseshoe crab. On the underside of the abdomen are muscles used for movement and gills for breathing. It looks like a triangle with spine on the side and a ridge in the center. The spines are movable and help protect the horseshoe crab. On the underside of the abdomen are muscles used for movement and gills for breathing. The third section, the horseshoe crab's tail is called the talon. It's long and pointed, and although it looks intimidating, it's not dangerous. Poisoners are used to sting. Horseshoe crabs use the talon to flip themselves over if they happen to be pushed on their backs.
I will tell you about the diet. Horseshoe crabs like to dine at night on worms and clams and may also eat algae. A horseshoe crab picks up food with appendages located in front of its mouth. Because it has no mandible or teeth, the horseshoe crab crushes food between its legs before passing it to the mouth.
During the late spring and early summer, adult horseshoe crabs travel from deep ocean waters to beaches along the east and Gulf Coast to breed. The male arrive first and wait for the females. When the females come to shore, they release a natural chemical called pheromones that attract the males and sends a signal that it's time to mate. Horseshoe crabs prefer to breed at night during the high tides and new and full moons. The males creeps onto the females and together they head to shoreline. On the beach, the females dig small nests and deposit eggs, and then the male fertilize the eggs. The process can be repeated multiple times with 10,000 of eggs.
A food source for numerous birds, reptiles and fish. Most horseshoe crab will not even make it to the larval stage because being eaten. If the egg survive, the larval horseshoe crab will hatch from the egg about 2 weeks or more. The larva looks like a tiny version of an adult horseshoe crab but without a tail. Larval horseshoe crabs travel into the ocean water and settle on the sandy bottom of tidal flats for a year or more. As they develop, they will move into deeper waters and begin to eat more adult food. Over the next 10 in exchange for larger shells. Over the next 10 years or so, the juvenile horseshoe crab will molt and grow. The molting process requires shedding small exoskeletons in exchange for larger shells. Horseshoe crabs go through 16 or 17 molts during their development. At around 10 years of age, horseshoe crabs reach adulthood. They are ready to start breeding and will migrate to coastal beaches in the spring. The horseshoe crab species found around the United States live in the Atlantic Ocean along the North American coastline. Horseshoe crabs can also be seen along the east and Gulf coast of the United States and Mexico. There are 3 other species of horseshoe crab worldwide, which are located in the Indian Ocean and in the Pacific Ocean along the coast of Asia.
Utilize different habitats depending on their stage of development. The eggs are laid on coastal beach in late spring and summer. After hatching, the juvenile horseshoe crab can be found offshore on the sandy ocean floor of tidal flat. Adult horseshoe crab feed deeper in the ocean until they return to the beach to spawn. Many shorebird migratory birds, turtle and fish use horseshoe crab eggs as an important part of their diets. Horseshoe crab are keystone species within the Delaware Bay ecosystem. Threat to horseshoe crab include habitat loss and overharvesting, beach development, hinder horseshoe crab breeding. Limulus polymus is internationally listed as vulnerable.
Fact about horseshoe crab is during full moons, new moons and high tides in May and June, hundreds of thousands of horseshoe crabs coverage on the Delaware Bay to breed. I will show you a video on how to clean the horseshoe crab. Now I will show you on how to clean the horseshoe crab. As you can see, here is the horseshoe crab's egg. As you can see, there are 2, sometimes none. First, you can clean the horseshoe crab by cutting on the horseshoe crab's leg. You have to be careful as the horseshoe crab's leg is still moving. You have to cut it properly. After you have pulled out the legs part, you can cut it into half. Cut the legs into half and make sure you cut off the unnecessary things that we don't need. Now you can cut on the down part. This part we don't need, so we can cut it off and throw it away. We can clean all the eggs. These eggs can be eaten. The shell of the horseshoe crab can be cut into small pieces. Cut it into small pieces so that it will be easier to be cooked. This part is called the fan. We need to cut on the side that cannot be eaten. Cut it into small pieces in order to make it easier to be cooked and eat. Cut into small pieces. We can cut that part we don't need, so you can cut it off. This is the horseshoe crab shell. We can also cut it into small pieces, and we can also cook this part. This part we don't need it, so just cut it and throw it away.
Thank you for watching and hope you enjoy our video.